What is going on, YouTube? So today I want to kind of might be a controversial subject and talk about. So a lot of you guys watch these videos that deal with like video games monthly and loved again media and stuff like that. And it's really just kind of, if you're not familiar with it, you pay this monthly, I think it's basically almost like a monthly subscription. And with promises of getting games of equal value to what you pay, but you don't know what you're getting. So it's basically like a blind bag or grab bag and stuff like that of basically games and media that, it's, yeah, basically, if you were familiar with Loot Crate, you would just get random boxes each month, and it would have, fun themed stuff that was just a big surprise to you. So the only reason I'm saying this is controversial is because I know a lot of people that love these things, and it's just, in my opinion, I don't think they're worth it. But that's just my opinion, and the reason the reason I say this is controversial is because I know a lot of other people love these things. And to be honest, I like watching people open them, so I will watch YouTube videos of guys and gals or couples like Do You Nerd and stuff that will get these boxes and open them and get what but just me in general, I don't know, guys. So I know that when the people open them and they bring up price charting and they do the value of what they get, they're usually about right on. I'm not gonna lie about that. So I'm not saying that that it's not worth it as in general, but you get the price charting value. You get the fun of a random box. But when I'm looking at the prices of some of this stuff, this is coming from someone that's kind of a cheapskate when it comes to certain games and stuff nowadays. You're basically just paying for the fun of it. So their lowest costing thing for video games monthly is, I don't know if I can pull this up here. So alright, here we have it here. So for $34.99 a month plus $10 shipping, so for about $44 a month, you can get 3 random games from them. And now when you're doing this, it's retro, like I said, it's retro and modern gaming, so you can get old school games. You can choose what you want down here, what systems, if you just want specific systems. So you could try and risk getting some better ones, so you'd pick Dreamcast, or I don't know if Saturn's on there or not. It doesn't look like it unless I'm just missing it. But you can go for that and risk getting better games in general. But more than likely, you're not going to get the games that you think you're going to get, like a Power Stone and stuff like that. So you're paying for this. And I guess there is one cool thing about it too, is you can mark down what games you already have to make sure that you don't get doubled up. And why I like that is so that way you don't get the same games. But the problem is I've seen some people get the same games they've already gotten, or they've marked it. So what I don't like about this, guys, is you're getting your value. Okay, so you're paying your $10 shipping. You're getting $35 worth of games for like this one, or 4 or 5, 10 games a month. But the problem is you don't know what you're gonna get. And I mean that's some people say that's the fun part about it. It's a surprise every month. You might just be doing this to build your collection. But me in general, when I do stuff like this, I like to get games that I'm going to play, or that, are going to be worth the money. So I see the random stuff like getting a copy of, like Columns and stuff, like on Game Gear, and getting, random Intellivision games, or getting, some of those other things. You're just getting games that you're not even know if you're going to like. So I can always tell in videos when people get these games too, because they're like, oh, they're getting their box, they're pulling it out, and they're looking at it, and they're like, oh, I got this game. And then they just they don't talk much about it. Or they'll do the patented, oh, this looks very interesting, I can't wait to check this out. And then they kind of put it off to the side. But you do have the people that do just love getting whatever, just the random, the thrill of not knowing. And I think that's why I like watching the other people's videos themselves. Because like I said, if I would pay $44 or something for this, and I would get 3 games, that I would not be too keen on actually playing. I can't think of any examples on the top of my head, but you know what I mean. Like, amped or stuff like that. I like the games, but that was just what I'm talking about. I know you don't get sports games. They usually are pretty good about not making sure that they're not sending you a Madden 16 or a Madden that's a crappy one, but for some reason has a little bit more in value. They do at least focus on sending you games that are not just like run-of-the-mill sports games, which I love that fact. But like I said, for me in general, I just enjoy watching other people's videos. And the only reason I say it's controversial is because people are gonna say, well, you don't understand why. And for the most part, some people I don't understand why they do this. But like I said, I get the thrill of watching them open the boxes instead of me having to personally spend the money and deal with the disappointment of what I might get. It was kind of the same with Loot Crate when I used to get that. Some months I'd get a box and I absolutely loved it. Like this was worth it. I got a cool, a cool journal that was some kind of anime themed, or a random pen holder that looked like what you'd stick the Master Stone in or Master Sword in, and stuff like that. But then there'd be months where I'd get absolute garbage for stuff I didn't even care about, or TV shows that I wasn't into, or movies and stuff like that. And then it was just really a big disappointment that I spent all that money for something I didn't even want. What gave me this idea really to start this video too was Spawnwave had recently done a Loved Again one where he bought a box and he specifically put on there that he did not want sports title. So like I said, Spawnwave put that he didn't want sports titles. Well, they messed up and they sent him a whole box of just random Maddens. I don't know if there was NCAAs in there, but there was hockey games. I think there was basketball. All these crappy games, and he dropped a lot of money on it. And I've seen some people with the same results where, I don't know if this is some in their basement or someone that's loading these up or what, but they're just like really crappy titles that look like somebody just went to Goodwill or a thrift store and just bought a bunch of random games and put them in, and then was like, okay, this person bought a box, I'm going to send it to them. So that was really what made me think about that, and just kind of talk more about that, because that's what I'm afraid of whenever I see would think about buying these boxes, and not only that, but also the pricing. Like, it just seems crazy to me sometimes. But I do know that a lot of guys too do get extra games in their lots. I'm not going to say that. I've seen people that pay the $40 a month or whatever and get their power play or power up whatever card and get an extra game or two. And I guess they do sometimes throw out some cool buttons or stickers and stuff in there. So it's not like, if I would go with any company in the future, if I would ever get a free box or get an offer, a better offer for a month, I would definitely go with Video Games Monthly over other companies. But it's still, to me, that it just doesn't seem like it's worth it. And I feel like too, we've talked about retro game collection addiction here in the past. We talked about some of these other things too. And I feel like a lot of times grab bags and gambles and stuff like that have to deal with the addiction side of this. So I'm not saying that everybody that invests in these boxes and stuff like that are addicts of collecting or anything like that. But I do know a lot of people that could see this as a form of being, addiction too, is having these illusions of gradios that they're going to get some rare game in their box, or just the fact that we talk about the thrill of the hunt being a big motivation for collection and stuff like that, where if you bought a box of this, it's the dopamine spike, the serotonin release, the good feelings, and getting your box, and okay, this I'm guaranteed 3-4 games a month. What am I going to get this time? And then opening it up and just maybe getting that release of feeling good for a little bit, and then when you're done, it's over with. So I could see that too, because I for the most part love grab bags. Every once in a while, usually they're on clearance and stuff, because it is kind of fun to just open up and not know what you're going to get. And I understand that is the gimmick. That is what people love about these kind of boxes, is you don't know what you're going to get, and it's a surprise, and it's just fun. And like I said, me being the way I am, sometimes when it comes to this stuff, if I'm going to be spending this much money on one, I better get something good, and there's no guarantee for that. I mean, I guess you technically could mess with the system, go in here and pick games to you that you have, so they don't send it to you, so to make sure that you do get games you'd like, or certain systems that have a better chance of having expensive titles, like I mentioned, the Dreamcast and stuff. You would have better chances of getting more rare, expensive games. But they're also a business that they're making money on this, so they have to make money somehow. So that's what I'm saying is, when you buy, you spend the $44 on this for the shipping and everything, and you're getting your $35 worth of games, they have to make money off of this somehow too. So those games that they are sending you are not going to be sought after titles. They're not going to be, for real $13 games. They're going to more along the lines be games that you would sell at, Mercari for $6 a piece, but the price charging has it at like 12. That's how it goes, but they got to make money their way too, because they're a company that does that. So with that being said, guys, I want to end this video on a high note. YouTube channels and friends that do this stuff, I really enjoy watching your videos of you guys opening it, and as a whole, I like Video Games Monthly concept. The thrill of opening a box and not knowing what you're going to get is really cool, and it is really fun for a lot of people. And I don't want to pull that away from anything. I don't want people to think that this is me just going after the company saying they're stupid, or that this is dumb, or that you're dumb yourselves for buying this. I was just saying that, I like doing these videos that do the personal opinions on stuff. Because I know people out there agree with me. They've said it in the past, they don't support this and they just whatever. But I do know a lot of people share the same opinions on me, where they like watching other people open these videos. So it's like, I'm not trying to draw people away from these companies. I'm not saying don't do this, I'm obviously not an influencer in any way, but I'm just saying these are my honest and raw opinions on this stuff, and I thought it'd make a good video. So if you guys subscribe to any of these, let me know in the comments below. Like I had mentioned Do You Nerd earlier, I love when they do these videos too, because they really are into it, and they do a lot of the off the wall console sometimes. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen them getting Famicom and Super Famicom games and stuff like that. And it's not just your general, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis one. They get some cool stuff in that too. And I've seen some of my other friends open up, I think, Loved Again Media, which is, besides Spawnwave's crappy one of just shitty sports titles, there has been some people that have gotten kind of fun games too. And who knows, you might invest in one of these. You might find a game that's a hidden gem in your box and play it, and it might be your new favorite game. So that might be another stipulation or another fun thing that this program offers. So let me know in the comments below, guys. Is there a company like these that you subscribe to monthly? Do you get any cool stuff? Have you gotten a lot of cool stuff, or any surprisingly rare games in the past where it's been a huge surprise to you? And if you don't do this, why are you doing it for the same reasons that I say that I don't do it? So with that being said, stay retro, my friends, and I will see you in the next video.